Why do people complain so much? It's Dr. Kristen Kopaz here, and today I just had this thought that I wanted to share with you about complaining because I'm doing the summer kind of series here, and my thought was, gosh, in the summer when things should be wonderful and beautiful and everyone's got maybe more time off or they're trying to get outside and enjoy the sun, and we all kind of expect to be in a more positive, happy mood, complaining can really ramp up, right? Kids that are out of school are complaining they're bored, complaining about having to do family events. Even adults, right, can be complaining about things. And I just wanted to think about why. Why do humans complain? Why do we complain, right? If we're the ones complaining, we can control it. We can work on ourselves and try to communicate in a healthier manner. But when someone else around us is complaining, there's not too much we can do other than maybe to have more empathy for them and grace for them by thinking about what is coming from, where's it coming from, the heart of it, right? And most people complain as a way of communicating. They complain to convey information, but it gets into that negative state that we call complaining because maybe they're not feeling heard, right? Maybe they've said something a few different times or a few different ways, and then they start to go into more of a nagging, complaining, whining sense because they don't feel heard. They don't feel like their original attempts to communicate worked out. So that's one of the things that we might want to think about when we hear other people complaining to us is, am I hearing them? Is there a way that I can make this other person feel more heard, more validated? It doesn't mean you have to agree with them, right? Because we don't always agree with people when they're complaining. Or we won't worry about encouraging them to complain more if we agree with them. But we can validate and say, that doesn't sound like that's fun, or it sounds like this is really hard on you, or it's causing a lot of negative emotion, whatever it might be. And then say, how do we move on from here? Or what do you think would work well to get you feeling better? Or what solutions do you suggest, right? So we can help them to feel heard, help them to start to process and problem solve when we hear other people complaining. The other thing that I notice when people are complaining is that sometimes they're just looking for connection with others. They want somebody else to go, yeah, me too. Or, yeah, I agree with you. People are like that. Or sometimes even the ego gets involved and we want to feel better than somebody else or better than something else. I think that's when we delve into a little bit more negative space that we don't want to really encourage. But you might ask yourself, is this person just looking to connect to me? Are they just trying to find a way to connect? It's a lot of times where gossip comes from as well, right? But complaining can do that too. We might complain about the bad drivers on the road, or we might complain about the teachers at a school, or we might complain about that person we met at a party the other night, right? And it isn't from a place of wanting to be mean or cruel, but instead trying to connect to the person that we're actually speaking to. So if you hear someone doing that, you might think, how else can I connect with them? What other topics might we be better at connecting with that feels healthier, more positive? We can find hobbies we both like, or interests we both enjoy, or I can ask them more about themselves or their history to learn more about how we can connect in a healthy manner. So with summer coming, to its kind of midpoint, or maybe even the end for some people whose kids go back to school early, I just want you to think about that. If you're hearing a lot of complaints around you and you start to feel like the common denominator for all the complaining, what can you be doing differently? Are you hearing the people around you? Are you validating? Are you connecting, right? Are they trying to find not so healthy ways to communicate with you to get you to look up from your phone, to look off the TV, to give them more eye contact, more connection, more validation, right? Because we can only take care of our side of the street. We can only work on cleaning up what we're doing, but we can pay attention to what's going on around us. And when we start to hear a lot of negativity or a lot of complaining or a lot of things from more than one source, we might have to think about, like, what am I doing that encourages this? In what way am I the common denominator here where there's more complaining than usual? What can I do differently to help these people around me out? What might this be telling me about myself? Maybe I'm exhausted and burnt out, so I'm not listening as well as usual, or I'm distracted and busy with things and I'm not connecting as well as usual. So that's my thought on complaining, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Put them in the comments. If you subscribe, it encourages me to keep making these videos and talking to you, and hopefully we're all learning together and growing together. And I will see you soon. If you want more videos like this, you can hop over to my website. It's at www.drkinthebay.com. I am a clinical psychologist in California. If anyone is interested and has those needs as well, check out my website. Thanks so much.